We both attended Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. We first met in '69, and we'd been dating, I would say,
about a year and a half.
When John wanted to take me home to meet his parents. The closer we got, I was really pretty nervous about meeting his parents. Once we let them know that we were in love and we were committed to each other, I think they gave us their blessing.
I was an ex-duty officer in the Army. So I went to the ordinary judge's office in Columbus, Georgia, to find out what I needed to know about getting a marriage license.
I was not in the area where he was.
And he said, as long as you can give us 2 days' time, you can get you'll have a marriage license. So that's what we were thinking about.
Before we got married, we were not aware of Georgia's anti-miscegenation law.
Anti-miscegenation laws were laws prohibiting interracial marriage or even interracial cohabitation. These were laws rooted in racism and white supremacy, and they went beyond local segregation ordinances, really reaching into people's personal lives. And oftentimes, interracial couples faced legal penalties. People could be fined or imprisoned. They faced ostracism and even threats of violence.
So it was a few days before the wedding, and we went to the ordinary office in Jonesboro, Georgia. The ordinary told us that he could not issue us a license because the anti-miscegenation law was still on the Georgia books, and they would just really throw the book at him if he did anything illegal. So he just couldn't do that.
The Loving v. Virginia case was a landmark decision in which the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that anti-miscegenation laws were unconstitutional and violated the 14th Amendment. So when the Sanfords appeared before the ordinary, which is in essence City Hall, they didn't expect that they would have any issue getting their marriage license because the Supreme Court had ruled anti-miscegenation laws unconstitutional. But 4 years after that decision, Georgia still had its anti-miscegenation law on its books.
And of course, we didn't know that.
And so they were denied.
And so he gave us a card for this lawyer. You go down the street and this lawyer will help you, though. So we took the card. And immediately I knew that I won't be going to any lawyer's office because I knew that the anti-miscegenation law had been struck down by the Lovings in 1967. And so Georgia is the one that was in error, not us. So I wasn't going to pay a penny to a lawyer. But what are we going to do, you know?
So we tried the ACLU. They could help us, but not that fast. Not ahead of a wedding 3 days later. That's when Betty's bright idea. Let's talk to the feds.
The Attorney General's office, the U.S. Attorney General's office. And they jumped right on it. They sent 2 lawyers down to Atlanta to work on it. And they assured us that they would make it possible for us to get married. And so we got married without a marriage license.
Danforth Chapel.
And it was a small chapel full of family and friends. And that's how we got married.
She was beautiful.
We went to Orlando, Florida for our honeymoon. And the attorney from the Justice Department, he asked us to keep close contact with him. So we had to call him every few days. And when we came back, we were still waiting for a marriage license. And one of the things that I ask is that in issuing the license, that it be issued based on the day we were married, which was May 8th. And sure enough, when they issued us a license, it says May 8th.
The Sanford case forced the state of Georgia to comply with the United States Supreme Court, which led to the court striking down Georgia's anti-miscegenation law. And it also, I think, led to a greater normalization of interracial marriages and a greater acceptance and tolerance of interracial marriages. And I think the Sanford's case also highlights the necessity that we have as citizens to speak out and to take action when there are unjust laws on the books.
I have always felt proud of our marriage. Our mission since we got married is to keep pushing ourselves in front of people's face to some degree. But to say, you want to come along? Because I want you folks to know I've got this beautiful lady as my wife. Our little skirmishes may not be much, but they were ours, fighting for the cause.